Is the thought of an unexpected expense making your wallet feel a little lighter than usual? Have you ever found yourself in that tricky spot where you need a financial bridge and you're wondering, where do I even begin? If you've been exploring options for quick, convenient financial assistance, chances are you've come across CashnetUSA. They're a name that pops up frequently in online searches for short-term loans, but navigating the application process for any financial product can feel a bit like deciphering a secret code. It's a common dilemma, and one that often leads to frustration. You click on a link, ready to apply, only to realize you don't have all the necessary information readily available. Then it's a mad scramble for documents, bank statements, and personal details, wasting valuable time when you need quick solutions. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on CashnetUSA's application process, not just listing the requirements, but explaining why they ask for certain information and how you can be fully prepared to make your application as smooth and stress-free as possible. This isn't just a dry list. It's a guide to understanding the logic behind the process, empowering you to approach it with confidence. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty, let's set the stage. CashnetUSA offers various types of short-term loans, including payday loans, installment loans, and lines of credit, depending on your state of residence. The specific product available to you might vary, but the core information required for the application tends to be quite consistent across the board. So, let's start with the absolute essentials, the bedrock of any financial application: personal identification information. This is where you establish who you are. First up, and probably the most obvious, is your full legal name. This might seem like a no-brainer, but ensure it matches your official documents precisely. No nicknames, no abbreviations, just your full name as it appears on your driver's license or state ID. Next, your date of birth. This is crucial for verifying you meet the minimum age requirement, which for CashnetUSA, like most financial institutions, is typically 18 years old. Then there's your Social Security number, SSN. This is a big one. Your SSN is a unique identifier used by the government to track your earnings and is vital for credit checks. CashnetUSA uses your SSN to verify your identity and to access your credit report. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, a credit check for a short-term loan? I thought these were easier to get. While short-term lenders might have more flexible criteria than traditional banks, they still need to assess risk, and your credit history provides valuable insights into your financial behavior. Don't panic if your credit isn't perfect. Many short-term lenders consider more than just your credit score, but they still need to see it. Moving on from direct identification, they'll need your current residential address. This needs to be a physical street address, not a P.O. box. This is for verification purposes and to ensure they can communicate with you effectively. Be prepared to also provide your mailing address if it differs from your residential address. And of course, your contact information. This includes your primary phone number and your email address. These are essential for communication regarding your application status, loan details, and repayment reminders. Make sure they are current and that you check your email regularly, as much of the communication will likely be digital. Now that we've covered the personal basics, let's move into the realm of your financial life. This is where CashnetUSA assesses your ability to repay the loan. The most critical piece of financial information they'll require is details about your income. This isn't just about how much you make. It's about proving you have a steady and verifiable source of income. You'll need to provide information about your employer's name and contact information, your job title, and your pay frequency, e.g., weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly, monthly. They'll also ask for your net income, which is your income after taxes and deductions. Speaking of bank accounts, this brings us to another crucial requirement, your active checking account details. This is absolutely essential for two main reasons. Firstly, if approved, this is where your loan funds will be deposited. CashnetUSA, like most online lenders, relies on direct deposit for quick disbursement. Secondly, and equally important, this is usually how they will collect your repayments. They will typically set up automatic withdrawals from this account on your due dates. You'll need to provide your bank name, your account number, and your routing number. Make sure the account is active in your name and has a history of regular transactions. They're looking for an account that is consistently used for income deposits and bill payments, indicating financial stability. If you've just opened an account or it has very little activity, it might raise a red flag. Beyond the core requirements, there are a few other pieces of information that might be requested or are good to have on hand to expedite the process. Sometimes, they might ask for your next 2 upcoming pay dates. This helps them align your repayment schedule with your income, making it easier for you to manage your finances and avoid missed payments. You might also be asked about your housing situation, such as whether you rent or own your home. This can provide a broader picture of your financial obligations. Let's talk about the why behind these requirements. It's not just about collecting data for the sake of it. Each piece of information serves a specific purpose in CashnetUSA's underwriting process. Your personal identification and SSN are for identity verification and to conduct a credit check. This helps them prevent fraud and assess your creditworthiness. Even for short-term loans, a basic credit check is standard. It helps them understand your past borrowing behavior, although the emphasis might be different compared to a traditional bank loan. Your income and employment details are critical for assessing your repayment capacity. They need to be confident that you have a regular, stable income that can comfortably cover the loan amount and interest on the agreed-upon repayment dates. This is often where a significant portion of their decision-making lies. Your active checking account is for disbursement and repayment. It ensures a smooth and efficient transfer of funds and provides a reliable method for collecting payments, minimizing the risk of defaults. Essentially, CashnetUSA, like any responsible lender, is performing due diligence. They're trying to minimize their risk while providing a service to individuals who need short-term financial assistance. The more complete and accurate the information you provide, the faster and smoother your application process will be. By having all this information readily available and accurate, you significantly streamline the application process. You reduce the chances of delays, avoid frustrating interruptions, and put yourself in the best position to get the financial assistance you need quickly and efficiently. It's about being proactive and informed, transforming a potentially complex process into a straightforward one. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to managing your finances. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.